All right, everybody, good morning, and it's Tom Chenault. I hope you had a tremendous Memorial Day weekend. It is not Monday, it's Tuesday. So know that, and know that you got to hop on your horse because you got to catch up with one more day. Denise and I had a fantastic weekend, but the highlight was a guy that jumped in his car and drove over an hour to come down to Longmont to sit down and do the coffee shop interview to go through the procedure of how to get his business started with velocity. And you know what I love is the fact that he was teachable and that he wanted to do this thing, and he's going to do this thing. And he's going to do it so he can teach other people. So if you are Judith Stassen down in Colorado Springs, all you need to do is exactly what Earlene Downey is doing. It's so simple. If you just remember, that's how you do it. If you just do what the people doing it are doing, you're going to have success. So all you do is model good behavior. And that starts with your own good behavior. That starts with getting on this call, which I know you guys do. It starts with finding your 4 people, building a list, getting it started. You know, we sent him home with The Power of Who. By the time I went to bed last night, he said, I've already read The Power of Who. I'm starting on Mr. Schmooze, and I'm going to read Raising a Giant and Feeding a Giant. Do you know why he's doing that? Because he said he would, and we told him to. You've got to go to the website, TomChenault.com, or Masters of Enrollment on Facebook, and see those 4 books to buy. And if you read... I don't understand why these phones aren't working. Okay, Denise, go ahead and mute me out again. Oh, brother, I don't know. Why do I get blamed for this? What do you...
Come back in now.
Now, how can this be my fault when the phone drops, when all this stuff is going wrong, and you guys are laughing at me unmercifully like I had something to do with it? It's not my fault, I promise you. But anyway, the guy read he's reading Raising the Giant and Feeding the Giant because he's going to build the infrastructure. And to have a foundation for your business, you have to have a foundation. So what are you guys going to do today? The same thing, I hope. I hope you've got your 4 people that you're working with, whether it's Shar and Marge, whether it's Susie McCoy, whether it's Randy Evans, whether it's Ken Smith, whether it's Ron Lesko, whether it's Dennis Kelly, whether it's Mark Cottle. I want you to have that foundation. Look at Greg Arnold and his organization. It is building a foundation. All you want to do today is think about that. Who are the 4 legs of my table going to be? Is it going to be Tom Masters? Is it going to be Joanne Conaway? Is it going to be Judith Stassen? Who are those people going to be? Is it going to be Peg Highland? I want you to think, what's the foundation of my business today? Who are those people? Because I'm going to take those 4 people and I'm going to take them to the next level. They are going to have a tremendous life in longevity. If their goal is to make $10,000 a month, I'm going to go find those 4 legs for them to each make $2,500 apiece. So Peg Highland is making $10,000. I want to be committed to my team. So you've got to know what your team wants. You need to know what's going to move your team. The guy from Colorado Springs lives for golf. We want him to be able to play golf every day for the rest of his life. We've got to move him toward that. We want everybody on this call, everybody in this team, everybody in this company to have a life like nobody else. Focus. The sharper it is, the sharper you are. The keys are priorities and concentration. A leader who knows what his priorities are but lacks concentration knows what to do but never gets it done. Is that you? Maybe. If he has concentration but no priorities, he has excellent without progress. Is that you? But when he harnesses both, he has the ability and the potential to achieve great things. Focus 70% on your strengths. Develop them to their fullest potential. Focus 25% on new things. Growth equals change. Focus 5% on areas of weakness. Minimize weaknesses as much as possible and delegate. Have you ever noticed I delegate everything? Do you know why? I have so many weaknesses. That's all that boils down to. But I don't let that stop me. I delegate. I do what I'm good at and let somebody else do the other. That's the beauty of this business. You can do that. Generosity. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. How do you like that quote? That is so cool. No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave. All that is given is not lost. Think about that. All that is given is not lost. Cultivate the quality of generosity in your life. Be grateful for what you have. Put people first. Don't allow the desire for possessions to control you. Regard money as a resource and develop the habit of giving. You guys can do that, each and every one of you. Initiative. You won't leave home without it. Success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. I was on a conference call in Australia last week. I completely went over the top and out of the building. You know what? That's a mistake. That doesn't mean I'm going to quit. You just have to keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. You're going to make mistakes. Apologize as fast as you can. Do not lose yourself in being proud and not apologizing. You lose too much ground. Qualities leaders possess to make things happen. They know what they want. They push themselves to act. They take more risks and they make more mistakes. How about that? They make more mistakes. Robert Kiyosaki talked about that when he was on the radio on Thursday morning. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to get your nose bloodied. You will learn from it. You'll get better from it. Listening. To connect with their hearts, use your ears. You have to be silent to listen. Both two words, are formed from the same letters. Silent and listen. Both words, silent and listen, are formed with the same letters. There's a message there. The ear of the leader must ring with the voices of the people. That came from Woodrow Wilson. A good leader encourages. Let's start over. A good leader encourages A good leader encourages followers to tell him what he needs to know, not what he wants to hear. I need a few of you to hear that. A good leader encourages followers to tell him what he needs to know, not what he wants to hear. Think about that. So you need to tell me what I need to know, not what I want to hear. If I am a leader, think about that. Are you letting your team do that? Passion. Take this life and love it. Concentrate on what you do well and do it better than anybody else. Concentrate on what you do well and do it better than anybody else. What makes it possible for people who might seem ordinary to achieve great things? I told you this before, more than 50% of all CEOs of Fortune 500 companies had C or C- averages in college. So that's not the ticket. Nearly all of the U.S. presidents were in the bottom half of their school classes. That doesn't surprise me. More than 50% of all millionaires and entrepreneurs never finished college. They all had passion. It makes a difference. Have you got passion? Absolutely you do. Are you going to continue the passion? Absolutely you will. We had a couple hiccups on this call. Does that mean we hung up and didn't continue the call? We went down twice. Actually 2 times we went down the drain on this. You know what? That just means the third time's better. The third time was a charm. You had to listen to Denise say, Tom doesn't know how to run a telephone. You are absolutely right. I don't know how to run a telephone. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be a failure in life. It might just be a strength that I don't be able to run a telephone. It just doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be trying hard. Please try hard today. Please be the biggest you can be. Please have some fun doing it. And please pay it forward. I'll talk to everybody first thing in the morning. Go ahead and bring us back, my beautiful wife, Denise. Hello.